Brothers, sisters, people who claim to be from the obviously made-up state of Mississippi, and of course that squirrel that stole my last french fry that one time I made the grave mistake to eat lunch in the stupid park. Well, my fine doe-eyed flock, do I have a story for you. A story told for hundreds and hundreds of years, a story whose purpose exists solely as a transporting vessel of knowledge. An ark of information so crucial to the propagation of our pristine progeny's able propensity to pass down our theological philosophy that all else pales in puny putridity when compared to the power and glory of our patriarch's personal preponderance. For how would you suggest we eradicate the hidden forces of spiteful malevolence that wishes the very same eradication to be visited upon your every brother, sister, neighbor, and squirrel? The squirrel having shown true repentance for the case of the felonious French fry thief, saved and elevated to equal by the graces of the one and only true Lord and Savior. Well, my meek flock of weakened sheep, I don't want to ruin the exhilarating study to be carried out on your own accord. Your father in faith will find the morally steadfast among you and will forever favor the fervent faithful. The chosen few here in this, whom after reading the Malleus Maleficarum are enlightened, will go on to embody true righteousness. They will become the wrathful hammer of God, the justice seekers and the judgment dealers to all manner of filth, be it devil, witch, warlock, sleep raping demon, or any other bullshit garbage we collectively decide we don't want living in our neighborhood, our nice Christian neighborhood. Now dust off those instruments of torturous persuasion, but don't you dare use your own personal thought processes. We've got 250 years of an inquisition to enact. So pace yourselves, brothers and sisters. Pace yourselves.
I get a new life. You would hardly recognize me. I'm so glad. How can a person like me care for you? Why do I bother when you're not the one for me? Is enough? I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, life is demanding, without understanding. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, no one's gonna drag you up to get into the light where you belong. But where do you belong?
Sound effects.
Goat noise. Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm James.
And together, we are Captain Planet. Couldn't do it anymore. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, young and old. That's most of the spectrum, I guess.
Yeah, young and old. You're either one or the other.
I was gonna try to go into to another. Where the fuck is Chris? Episode of See No, Hear No, Speak No.
The UFOs, conspiracies, missing peoples named Chris, and Moitas, possibly involving missing peoples named Chris.
Uh-oh. Doth I suspect
foul play?
No, that's when birds are doing poker night.
My grandma's a little pain in that in her hallway.
They're playing. We got ducks playing poker at the table right now.
Just dropping their change everywhere.
Man, suckers is what I calls them. But no Christopher tonight because he's under the weather. He's not feeling. He's not feeling
sicky poo.
So he's not feeling so hot. Is what some people would say. I
but
suppose. He's
always looking.
That's James's opinion, man, and he can have it. But I asked him if he had the clap. He denies having such an affliction. So I said, "That's right. You got it so bad they call it a standing ovation."
That's pretty good.
It is actually pretty good.
It just didn't tickle my funny glands like it should have.
You're not supposed to have those still after adolescent ends. Those fall out usually.
I'm a late bloomer, as they say.
You are wearing bloomers.
I am.
And it is late.
It is.
It's quite late. So it's
Midnight episode.
it's a midnight episode of. We already did that part.
See you here in Email us.
That's right.
At seekno.hearno.speakno@gmail.com or
Nope. You know what? We're just doing. No, wait. We're just doing,
snhnsnpod@gmail.com. That's the one.
So erase the first one from
erase
your
the
memory.
first one. Forget that one. If you want to send us an email, snhnsnpod@gmail.com.
It has more of a rhythm to it, a little more ring. I like it.
I like it.
It's gonna be on my new diss track. It's a Kanye diss track. Yeah, but it's actually coming out.
You don't want that.
It's coming out on his new album though, because he's like cool with it because I'm such a nice guy. You know?
Oh, you're cool, Kanye.
No, I fucking hate that guy. That's why I did a diss track. What's wrong with you?
But how do you know him?
Oh, it's through like a friend of my mom's. Yeah.
Oh.
He said he didn't want to meet you, which is weird because I was like, I didn't even tell you about James at all. He was like,
He's just like, oh, by the way, I don't want to meet James. Can you keep him away from me?
that's right. He's like, if not, I will throw pennies and nickels at you from off screen.
Ooh, but if they're double dip nickels,
Double dipped.
double dip, double painted,
And
double
delicious
double
chocolate. We're talking, of course, of
double
Hanukkah
smacked.
Gelt. The delicious, chocolatey, winnable in a game called Dreidel, which is a thing you make out of clay, apparently. I don't know.
So what's this episode about?
Man, it's like an episode of fucking Seinfeld. It's just, this is an episode about nothing.
Nothing.
This is
Just
us
nothing.
sitting around just being like, fucking Newman. Because we can curse on our show, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was a dick, though, Newman.
Which one was Newman? It was
So
a
this
fat
show
one, right?
was about... I just thought I'd talk to you guys.
Excuse me.
I thought I would talk to you guys about something cool I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and it is called... It was a book. That's what they called them. Even back then, I think, because it was a book. This is a book that was published for the first time in 1486. Its name, The Malleus Maleficarum, which is, I think, German, because I maybe should have looked that up, because I said I think German earlier when I told James.
Several times.
And still not sure. For The Witch Hammer, which sounds really badass, and it sounds like an awesome rockin' fucking like late 80s fantasy novel.
It sounds like a late game like boss item in a video game.
Oh man, The Witch Hammer, yeah.
Yeah,
And you're like, that's gonna be stupid, but then it's fucking like
It
ridiculous.
like shoots lightning and shit whenever you hit the ground with it. Ooh,
Man,
damn.
I want
I want to get the witch hammer now.
You guys just want to stop and play video games for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Thank you for listening to another.
Bye. This book, right now I'm reading an introduction from a PDF that I found of it, which seems to sum it up pretty well, since we're certainly not going to get through most of this. It was one of the most infamous books ever written.
Dropping more change back there at the
Those
poultry poker
Ducks. Those ducks are fucking losing their minds.
table. Those ducks are just flapping around.
They are like, why are we here? We're ducks. I don't even know how to play poker.
Damn, getting existential.
Man.
Why are we here?
To be ducks.
And talk about this book.
I give no consent of being recorded.
Well, then why are you talking? That's how you get recorded. And that is how you give me the ammo to cut up in the editing room to say, I give consent to be recorded.
I give consent to be recorded.
I'm joking, of course. That is my lovely girlfriend and mother of my beautiful child, Melissa.
Cindy.
That's not her name for the last fucking time. Her name is Melissa. He's been trying to start shit all night. It's ridiculous. But it served as a guidebook for inquisitors during the Inquisition, and was designed to aid them in identification, prosecution, and dispatching of witches. It set forth as well many of the modern misconceptions and fears concerning witches and the influence of witchcraft. The questions, definitions, and accusations it set forth in regard to witches, which were reinforced by its use during the Inquisition. I love when they have witches and then witch, but the actual word witch instead of the title witch. like right next to each other while I'm reading. I don't like that. I was being sarcastic.
Oh shit.
I know, right? Man.
Oh fuck, dude.
It set forth as well many of the modern misconceptions and fears concerning witches and the influence of witchcraft. The questions, definitions, and accusations it set forth in regard to witches, which were reinforced by its use during the Inquisition, came to be widely regarded as irrefutable fucking beautiful truth.
They looked this over and they were like, "This is without a doubt,
Yeah, this is the real
100% fact.
Yeah. Like these guys,
This is a scientific report right
they
here."
know what the fuck they're talking about, and everybody thought that. There was like maybe 3 or 4 people that
They
were like,
"We don't think that."
I mean that. Man, your dad's calling again.
It's very active, father. Yeah,
Man,
it's nice.
he seems like it. And those beliefs are held even today by a majority of Christians. But that's not what you said it was at all.
No, I think it's the other. The other one was fuckboys. I think it's just different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys have a family now and everything, so you gotta calm it down every once in a while. At the time of the writing of the Malleus Maleficarum, there were many voices within the Christian community, scholars and theologians and such, who doubted the existence of witches and largely regarded such belief as a mere superstition. The authors of the Malleus addressed. That's not how you say words, Jason.
Addressed, Jason.
The authors of the Malleus address those voices in no uncertain terms, stating whether the belief that there are such beings as witches is so essential a part of the Catholic faith that obstinance, to maintain the opposite opinion manifestly savors of heresy. So, like I said before, that's basically them saying, hey, if you don't believe in it, well, then you're a fucking heretic. You're a witch because you don't believe in it, and goodbye.
And for that, you will die.
Yeah.
For that, you will die.
It made a very real threat of one being branded a heretic simply by virtue of one's questioning of the existence of witches, thus the validity of the Inquisition. So by saying there aren't witches, not only are you a witch, but you are like a super shitty person too, because man, our Inquisition, we're doing good things over there. I tell you, it's picking up speed, and
A lot of people are on board. A lot of people signing up. We
Man.
have good benefits. We have scholarship deals. We have.
I mean, well, there was the one scholarship thing that we had to put in because of the government, and it was to it was an impoverished thing. It's we can take one, I think, and then we'll still. So if you didn't like super like that, you were a witch and a terrible person, and we are
For that you must.
yeah, we're gonna kill you, because that's what we do with witches in these parts. Y'all now come back now, won't you?
That's what we do to witches around these parts.
Man, he shouldn't have pointed to his genitals when he said that. That was pretty funny. That was good. This did set into the general Christian consciousness for all time a belief in the existence of witches as a real and valid threat to the Christian world. Noted, though, during the Inquisition, few, if any, real, verifiable witches were ever discovered or tried because most witches, not real.
Yeah.
Just most, though. We
Some
could be swayed maybe by Patrick Swayze. If he came out as a witch.
rest in peace.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's been dead
Oh, that's
a
right.
long time.
I always get him and that other guy mixed up.
Oh, fucking the dude from Wild Hogs.
Sure. No, that's William H. Macy.
No.
He wasn't Wild Hogs.
He was in Wild Hogs, yes.
I've
but
actually
that's
seen that terrible
I've seen that
movie.
movie so many times. I
It's
love that
so
movie.
bad.
It's so good.
It's a really bad movie.
Oh, I love
John
it.
Travolta? Is that who you're saying?
John, no, the main bad guy.
Robin Williams?
He's not even in that movie.
He's dead too, though.
Yeah, rest in peace. I miss him.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Sure.
Yeah. But they, the accusation was enough to be branded a witch, tried by the court, and burned alive. Estimates of the death toll during the Inquisition worldwide range from 600,000 to as high as 9 motherfucking million.
9 million. I don't. It's over 250 years. But like, I don't. That's something. It's over 9 million. Nah,
Man.
nah.
Oh, as high as 9 million. That's like way higher than even Vegeta's power level.
Anyway, I don't know. I could believe on the lower end, like maybe a million at the most.
I mean, in 250 years,
250.
in 250
It's
years,
just so
a
fucking
certifiably insane murder machine, aka the church, aka the Spanish Inquisition,
Which nobody expects.
no one expects them especially not to break out in song and dance.
Their number one tool is surprise. Their number two. They have two tools.
Mm-hmm.
Their first tool being surprise.
Mm-hmm.
The second.
Mm-hmm.
What was our second? What was our second tool?
I'm gonna say the Iron Maiden, I guess. I mean, we use that most. I mean, the rack is pretty popular as well. I mean, eventually, we could just say the burning people at a stake.
My girlfriend's never seen Monty Python. She's seen like 5 minutes of like one episode.
Wow.
Because I randomly put it on because I really like Monty Python.
You would.
And she while she was asleep and she woke up, she was like, what the fuck is this?
Don't you hate when you're
Because
watching?
it was one of the weird like animated
Yeah.
portions where like the heads are like coming like
Those are the most
moving around.
recognizable parts usually.
Yeah, and I was like, so it's Monty Python. And she's like, what?
Don't you hate when you're watching something that is, you think, beloved by all? Everyone's got to know this.
And someone's like,
your
"This is
girlfriend will
fucking
wake
stupid."
up and be like, "What is this stupid fucking garbage you're watching?" And I'm like,
What? This is a masterpiece of comedy.
Oh man, it's like I'm watching Citizen Kane. Well, fucking turn it off. The black and white's too bright in the room, and it's stupid. And I hate it. I'm like, wow, man.
And Melissa really said,
No, I've never seen Citizen Kane before.
I meant to.
Rosebud.
I had it all set up and pirated, and I never watched it.
I know it from pop culture. Like when they had the episode of The Critic where
It's supposed to be really good.
they had Marlon Brando in at the end. He was saying, or not Marlon Brando. That's a different guy.
Yeah.
They went fat and crazy in different ways, didn't they?
Yeah, Marlin, like the fish.
Marlon Wayans, yeah.
No, just a Marlin.
So it must be remembered that the Malleus, as the book, is a work of its time. So in other words, it's old folksy racism. We're gonna have to excuse that. They really are not.
They
cool.
do not like people who aren't white.
No, they're really not cool with gypsies.
I'm not really cool with gypsies either.
Maybe if they.
I don't think that's not race, man. That's a culture.
I
thing.
just think if they were nicer sometimes.
But that's too much to ask a gypsy.
Old women, they weren't very cool with them.
I'm not.
Midwives. I mean,
Was it midwife?
I'm sorry, I'm using the M word out loud, but this is the vernacular that they used. They did not like midwives or poets, which is a weird thing that they were suspicious of poets.
I'm also suspicious of poets.
Man,
If you tell me you're a poet, I get a little suspicious.
yeah, if that's your occupation that
Yeah.
you introduce yourself
Yeah,
with.
like, hey, my name's James. I'm a poet.
Yeah.
I'd expect you to be like,
No, the fact that you write poetry is something you should be ashamed of, and you should only tell to your closest friends because you need somebody to not laugh just right away at you saying, "So I write some poetry sometimes if you want to read it." Yeah. Yeah, see, he laughed at it because that's fucking weird. And of course, they weren't too keen on Jews, but Christian.
But who really is?
I mean, mostly. I mean, Jews like Jews pretty well. I'm fine with them. I'm actually a big fan.
a big fan, you say?
I mean, I'm a human being. I'm not a large air moving appliance. But I'm fanatical about the Jews. Man, this is gonna be a weird episode. It's off to a great start. So it can't be blamed in and of itself for the Inquisition or the fucked up shit that they did in the Inquisition. But it did play an important role it said that it's one of the most blood-soaked works in human history, in that its very existence reinforced and validated. I said I did it again. I said validated.
Validated. I'm not even looking at the word. I know it's validated.
Its very existence reinforced and validated Catholic beliefs, which led to the persecution, torture, and murder of tens of thousands of innocent people, if not a lot more, obviously. And isn't that crazy that it's known as one of the most blood-soaked works in human history because of the Catholic Church? The Catholic Church is the reason that this book is known as one of the most blood-soaked in human history.
But guarantee, I never learned about this in school.
Yeah, because
they don't teach about things like this.
That's the Catholic cabal that
hush, hush.
is making this all just go hush under the rug.
Oh, did you see that? Actually, what is it? It's the New Orleans Saints. Like the owner
is. I don't know nothing about it other than he's trying to stop information about kid diddling from the Catholic Church getting out. Right?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. I don't want to talk about that.
I just want to say that like he says it's outrageous that people are saying that he's in cahoots with the Catholic Church.
Did he
about
say
keeping
cahoots?
the rats.
I hope he said cahoots.
He said cahoots.
Man, I love that word.
That's why I use it. But he's like, oh, that's outrageous. That's ridiculous. It's like, why are you? If it's so outrageous and ridiculous, why are you trying to stop the emails from coming out? Like, why are you like fighting to keep this under wraps?
Maybe there's some less outrageous, ridiculous thing that he's trying to hide. Like he wears freshly cut beaver heads for shoes every day.
I deserve to know that.
You deserve to know that he wears freshly cut beaver heads for shoes every day?
Yes.
Man. Kids today just think they're fucking owed everything. And
I deserve to know who I'm supporting.
Yeah.
If it's in an email about a public corporation that's being fucking investigated for child diddling and keeping said diddling under rappy poos.
Are the New Orleans Saints as an organization being...
It's all the Saints.
Are they being accused of diddling themselves? No. Or just the diddle cover-up?
They're accused of helping the Catholic Church cover it up.
Why is there a connection between the New Orleans Saints?
I don't. It's weird as shit,
Church?
Dude. Because everything's a web. Everything's a web. I may have even said this on the podcast before, dude. Everything's fucking connected. If you look at
small world.
If you look at the big scheme of things, you look at all the companies controlling everything. It's a web of 15 different corporations and people.
After all,
it's crazy.
An itty bitty motherfucking world.
We sound like we're going insane.
I think we might be. The lasting effect of the Malleus upon the world can only be measured in the lives of the hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children who suffered and died at the hands of the Inquisitors during the Inquisition. At the height of its popularity, it was second only to the Bible. I think they were sold in
Wait, second to the Bible in what? Bloodiest
popularity.
Books? Oh, popularity.
Yeah, but they were probably sold as a set. You know, they had special edition ones where the covers were drawn by a
comes
badass,
with the Bible and the Malleus Maleficarum.
Like a badass manga artist fucking draws the special edition.
It's like Jesus and a fucking a knight fighting demons.
Oh man, with laser hands.
Yeah. The knight's got a laser beam eye instead of just a cutout in his helmet.
Man, we should have wrote the fucking Bible.
We should have. Dude, we can Bible 2.
Man, yeah, let's write a sequel to the Bible.
Let's write the Bible 2.
Oh man. All right. So the aim of the actual Malleus Maleficarum, which is super fucking fun to say.
Malleus Maleficarum.
The aim of it.
It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Malleus Maleficarum.
Yeah. And
Maleficarum.
It does make a whip sound when they do, yes.
Maleficarum.
And then Devo starts playing on any radio that's nearby. Oh man, if I knew another Devo song, I'd have been like, not Whip It though. That other one.
No, they only made Whip It.
Man, let's do some Whippets.
We could do some Whippets. You want to do some Whippets, bro?
Let's stop talking about doing drugs on the show. Let's just talk about the times that we.
Let's just start doing drugs on the show.
That's right. And not talk about it. So the aim of the Malleus Maleficarum is to ask questions about devils and demons and the like in the ilk, and witches even were thrown involved. I mean, you can never trust a witch, so no.
Witches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks.
And as we all know, it's bros before witches.
Bros before witches.
Mm-hmm.
That's a song too. Bros before witches.
It is now.
That's a song too.
Man, I'm gonna have a lot of trademarking to do after this show.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of letters to the trademark office. The fuck?
Go into our merch shop for our new Bros Before Witches t-shirts and hoodies.
No, it's actually pronounced hoodies and
Hoodies.
shirts.
Shirts. Shirts.
So they ask questions, very specific questions, turns out, and then they answer the question. Oddly enough, in the book, when you think they could maybe just be like, "Hey, you know, there's things. This is how and why, and you take care of it like this." So, I want to read. This is the first part, because there are 3 parts, of course, of the Malleus Maleficarum. The first part, treating of the 3 necessary committants, concomitants, right? Concomitants. Concomitants. Okay, the first part treating of the 3 necessary concomitants of witchcraft, which are the devil, a witch, and the permission of Almighty God. I mean, that's the weird thing about this book, because I have actually read quite a bit of this. Yeah. So it's mostly, hey, can devils and stuff do this? No. You know why? Because God is stronger. My God can beat up your devil.
Because God fucking lifts.
Yeah, he fucks and lifts.
Yeah, God fucks.
So question 1 in this book of questions and answers. Whether the belief that there are such beings as witches is so essential a part of the Catholic faith that obstinacy to maintain the opposite opinion manifests savors of heresy. I read that earlier.
You know who's not obstinate? God.
Man.
He fucks.
Burn and sweet. And high five. And let's rent jet skis this weekend. Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
Do you know where we can rent jet skis?
I was going to ask you.
I know where we can steal some jet skis. There's this jet ski rental place down the street.
Yeah.
They just totally leave them out there, man. We could just, But no, as far as renting one, I have no idea. Okay, so question number 3, which is actually what brought me to revisit damn it, I forgot how to say it now.
Malleus Maleficarum.
Yeah, look at you,
there
man.
There we go. I know my spells.
Couldn't say sepku to save his life.
I can say sepku.
Now you can. Not during the show you couldn't.
Malleus Maleficarum.
There you just like it because it's a Harry Potter fucking thing now.
Maleficarum.
Okay, question number 3. Whether children can be generated by incubi and succubi, which of course are, those are like demons that are like, oh, we're gonna sex you up, man, because we are demons.
We're gonna suck you and fuck you.
That's not how they talked back then. Man, I'm trying to set a stage. Like a
demon
scene,
walks up, who's like, "Yo, what's up, girl? I'm gonna suck you and I'm gonna fuck you."
And then
he did.
And then
you had a baby.
And then
and the baby was all like, "Ooh, I'm a witch," and you were all like, "Ah, shit," and you had to like burn your baby.
I don't need to read this anymore because it's kind of uncanny how you're summarizing this perfectly. So at first,
I've been told that I should be a teacher.
No, yeah, it'd be great. So
I just want to help out the youth.
On the question of whether children can be generated by incubi and succubi, the 2 Germans that wrote this book say, at first it may truly seem that it is not in accordance with the Catholic faith to maintain that children can be begotten by devils, that is to say, by incubi and succubi. For God himself, before sin came into the world, instituted human procreation, since he created woman from the rib of man to be a helpmeet unto man. And to them he said, increase and multiply. That's from Genesis 2:24. That's the one that had Land of Confusion on it. And that's like my favorite Genesis song with
Is that Lando
Phil Collins.
Calrissian's cousin?
Yes. Yes, it is. Land of Confusion is Lando Calrissian's cousin. The 80s Genesis song is related to the character from that Star Wars
Lost
movie.
in a Lando Calrissian.
That is, yeah, it's actually pretty close to what their family reunion's like. Likewise, after sin had come into the world, it was said to know, which in OE, I have no idea who that is, increase and multiply. That was in Genesis 6:9. That's how those Roman things. In the time of new law also, Christ confirmed this union. Have ye not read that he who made man from the beginning made them male and female? Therefore, men cannot be begotten in any other way than this. So it is saying that human procreation takes a human penis and a female vagina. Period. You cannot have incubi and succubi because God didn't say that in the Bible specifically, which means it ain't God, which means it ain't kosher.
So they're saying the reason why it can't exist is because So they're saying
they
that
exist. Incubi and succubi absolutely exist. Absolutely, that is infallible.
What is it saying then?
What doesn't exist is the ability for them to procreate with humanity.
Are they saying that they can't have like dicks?
No, they can have all the dicks they want.
Veggie poos?
No, they can have many of those as well. What they cannot do is actually impregnate or be impregnated.
Why?
So says this.
Just because it says man and woman.
Because God is like, man and woman. Takes that. Period. Is done. Man, I'm God. I'm going to go take a shit.
Do some reps.
Take a shit for a while.
Take a shit and do some reps.
Yeah, I'm the type of guy that'll just tell new people that I meet that I'm about to go take a shit.
Alright, man, it's nice meeting you. I'm about to go take a shit.
Yeah, call me later, girl. No, but the best part is they almost immediately, they're like, okay, so there's a loophole to this. Because it could be argued that devils take their part in this generation not as the essential cause, but as a secondary and artificial cause, since they busy themselves by interfering with the process of normal copulation and conception by obtaining human semen and themselves transferring it. I'm going to go ahead and summarize.
They got little like turkey baster dicks.
They will suck up the cum out of somebody, and then they will deposit that same semen matter into someone else.
It's just fucking.
No. It can be by copulation. It can be by coitus. Absolutely. Yeah.
So they suck it up, and it flows down.
I'm guessing they have some kind of extra bladder that's specifically made for this through.
They got a cum bladder.
Many years of evolution. Yes.
Many years of sucking cum.
So objection says the first word in the next paragraph, and I see that many other objections come through. So maybe this is an objection to that. The devil can perform this act in every state of life. That is to say, in the matrimonial state or not in the matrimonial state. Now, he cannot perform it in the first state because then the act of the devil would be more powerful than the act of God. They say that a lot in this. Anything that they deem to be a more powerful power than God could do,
it doesn't
exist. Does not exist in the least.
No way, that's too strong for God, and that ain't
exactly.
That ain't happening.
God would smack that down and take a shit and then fuck your lady. You know,
and then do some reps.
Man, I'm actually thinking about going to church. He seems pretty cool. So basically, motherfucker. Now he cannot perform it in the first state because then the act of the devil will be more powerful than the act of God, who instituted and confirmed this holy estate, since it's a state of continence and wedlock. Nor can he effect this in any other estate, since we never read in Scripture that children can be begotten in one state and not in another. Which means, to summarize everything, since it wasn't in the Bible, like in specific, it's not true. Why didn't you just fucking say that at first?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, you know what? Not in the Bible. Fuck off. You know what? Turtles, you're not in the Bible. Not true.
Just get to the part where God takes a shit.
and fucks your girl, and
Fucks
then
your girl.
go and does some reps. Maybe a little special K.
Ooh.
Moreover, to beget a child is the act of a living body, but devils can't bestow life upon the bodies which they assume, because life formally only proceeds from the soul, and the act of generation is the act of the physical organs which have bodily life. Therefore, bodies which are assumed in this way cannot either beget or bear. Yet, it may be said that these devils assume a body not in order so that they may bestow life upon it, but that they may, by the means of this body, preserve human semen and pass the semen on to another body.
So they're just doing this just to live
Just
in a host body?
I think this says that they're doing it like literally just to impregnate people against their will with someone else's semen that was taken against its will.
So they're just like coming up with like reasons that rapists exist.
They're middlemen, demon rapists. Yes.
And they're not even doing it for demon purposes. It's it's just all human semen. It's just to rape.
Yeah.
And just to impregnate.
Yeah.
There's no demon no demon spawns or anything. It's just.
I mean, but it is technically inside and coming out of a demon.
But does the baby come out special?
Like
Does the baby come out with like horns or like demon powers or some shit? Like something might be like super strength. Does it have like
Special Olympics special?
Does it have like red legs with like spikes that it hides with pants in school?
I'm gonna say that there weren't any pictures of it, but I'm gonna assume yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Did it make a kid with like silver hair and a big sword and 2 guns, one black, one white?
No, he only had 1 gun and it was pink.
Oh.
Yeah.
Objection, as in the action of it.
Go for it.
You want me to read this last?
Read the objection, yeah, man.
All right. Objection. As in the action of angels, whether they be good or bad, there is nothing superfluous and useless, nor is there anything superfluous and useless in nature. But the devil, by his natural power, which is far greater than any human bodily power, can perform any spiritual action, and perform it again and again, although man may not be able to discern it. Therefore, he is able to perform this action. Wait. No,
you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore, he is able to perform this action, although man may not be able to discern when the devil is concerned therewithin. For all bodily and material things are on a lower scale than pure and spiritual intelligences. But the angels, whether they be good or whether they be evil, are pure and spiritual intelligences. Therefore, they can control what is below them. Therefore, the devil can collect and make use as he will of human semen, which belongs to the body. So what the fuck does this mean?
Okay, so the devil is now starting, like...
You're going to have to fuck with those levels hard, by the way.
Yeah, I know, that's okay. The devil is now obviously hoarding semen.
He's just taking it for the fuck of it.
Well, one neat thing that you learn about the weird hierarchy that these guys envision, because that's all it is 2 guys that were like, wouldn't it be cool if this too? And they're like, yeah, man, we should. And then people were like, holy shit, this and this. And yeah, man, this too. You know? But their hierarchy is anyone of a higher station, either in, angeldom or demondom, because it's all dumb, can have and does have complete control over the people just under them. Mm-hmm. So God controls everything because he's the most powerful, and then the devil is next. So the devil can control angels and shit too because he's of higher power than they are, and then it just keeps going all the way down until you get to that the golem, the shit golem from Dogma. You never seen Dogma?
No.
It's a good movie.
It's just called Dogma?
It's a Kevin Smith movie. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I'll maybe watch it.
Alanis Morissette is God.
Huh? I don't know who that is.
Ouch. My age.
Yeah. Sorry.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are in it.
Oh, hey, I know them.
Yeah.
I named the ghost in my house after Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
However, to collect this human semen from one person and to transfer it to another implies certain local actions, which means fucking. Fucking and sucking.
Sucking and fucking.
The soul... wait, no, damn it. So devils can't locally move bodies from place to place. And this is the argument they put forward. The soul is purely a spiritual essence. So is the devil. I keep almost saying devil, like
Debu.
like in fucking Waterboy. Bobby Boucher, ladies are the devil.
You always say everything the devil, mama. Everything, the double this, the double that, the double not everything the double, ma.
I'm the devil. Rah. And then she bites his head off. And she's
Yeah.
oh, your medulla oblongata. Here you go.
I like M. Night Shyamalan. He makes good shit.
What a twist.
The mic's not gonna pick that up. The mic's not gonna.
Hey, Mike, go pick that up.
Hey, Mike.
Move that heavy
Hey,
bus.
Uncle Mike.
Move that bus. That's a reference you probably won't get either. They used to get poor people's houses that were shitty and make them into these big.
Oh yeah,
houses.
no. I got you.
It's a terrible show. None of those families got to live in those houses.
Really?
It's called property tax, and guess what? They were shit and poor before that. Yeah, think about it. It's like a really weird pyramid scheme.
That sucks.
So basically, therefore, devils can't move a body from one place except to be a body which they give life. It's been shown, however, and is acknowledged that it's been shown and acknowledged. The thing I love the most about this book is that it's written with such clear certainty that everything that they're saying is true.
Like, this is how it is.
This is literally the world we live in. This is just, man, fucking angels and devils, right? Let's kill a bunch of people for a long time.
Angels and devils.
They all had a place, and it was called hell. And it's where we're going to send you because your neighbor said that you fart too loud, so you're a witch.
I do fart pretty loud.
So we set up a bonfire outside. We invited your family.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to throw them into. They're the starter logs, basically. There's also pay-per-view, and you can't have it over that fast. So we're going to have Muhammad Ali punching you in the face as we burn you alive, tied
He's
to
dead.
a stick.
And he's dead, though.
Yeah, I know. That's how this works. It's called, haha, fuck you, we're the Catholic Church. Moreover, every action is performed by contact, and especially the act of generation. But it does not seem possible that there can only be any contact between the demon and human bodies, since he has not actual point of contact with them. What? It's
What?
called secret mind fucking to suck out the semen. I think I might have skipped the sentence that says that's what it's called. So anyway,
This demon Russ. Just, I'm mentally fucking you, girl. I'm just gonna
And
mentally suck and fuck you.
because he already came in his pants. He's been having that problem ever since. He was
I
young.
mentally came in my pants for you, girl.
So answer.
Expanding your
Look,
mindset.
We found the answer.
Giving you
Found
knowledge and
the
insight
answer.
into the world.
Wait, I don't,
Wisdom.
I'm not even going to read any more than the very last sentence of the paragraph above answer, but man, moreover, even after the flood, the bodies not only of men, but also of women, were preeminently and incredibly beautiful.
Sexy dead bodies.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think that says.
I love me a sexy dead body every now and then.
I mean, live ones are cool. You can talk to them.
But dead ones
Yeah. Yeah, dead ones you don't have to talk to.
can't
So
talk
that's-
back.
I mean, I see the positives. Answer. For the sake of brevity, bullshit, motherfucker. This is 12 pages after they asked the question. For the sake of brevity. Much concerning
So to make a long story short,
Much concerning the power of the devil and his works in the matter of the effects of witchcraft is left out. For the pious reader either accepts as it's proved, or he may, if he wish to inquire, find every point clearly elucidated in the second book of sentences. For how...
this book of sentences, I like that.
So how will he see that the devil performs all their works consciously and voluntarily, for the nature that was given them has not been changed. See Dionysius in his 4th chapter on the subject. Their nature remained intact and very splendid, although they cannot use it for any good purpose. And as to their intelligence, he will find that they excel in 3 points of understanding: in their age-long experience and in the revelation of the higher spirits. He'll also find how, through the influence of the stars, they learn the dominating characteristics of men, and so discover that some people are more disposed to work witchcraft than others, and that they molest these chiefly for the purpose of such works. So basically, for the sake of brevity,
To make a long story short,
the people who are being forcefully molested by these night demons, they were asking for it.
they're dressing a little too sexy.
They're terrible people anyway. They deserved it. Yeah. That's what that says.
Did you see what she was wearing, though?
I mean, I did, and she did deserve it. But that doesn't mean that we have to write that in a book. And so, as to their will, the reader will find that it cleaves unchangeably to evil, and that they continuously sin in pride, envy, and gross covetousness, and that God, for his own glory, permits them to work against his will. So God is like, hey, free will and such. You guys, witches, other guys that aren't witches, do something about those witches. I'm gonna go take your shit. You get mad at the shit taken. Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I ducked out for a second.
Pretty
tired.
Saw it. So, that interesting bit of pop culture trivia will be the end of today's little mini episode with hanging out with Jason and James, which is my brother's name. So it always just gives me like a little shiver of gross when I have to say Jason and James.
I'm a lot cooler than his brother. Do you refute this?
I do not, but for the sake of brevity, we'll leave it there.
We still had some time on this episode if you wanna.
But you're super tired, man.
I'm rocking and rolling.
You just admitted on tape that you nodded off.
No, I did not.
You zoned out pretty hard with your eyes open. It was scary for a second. It was like, he's not secretly reaching for a knife that's under that futon, is he?
Look,
man.
I just want to say, I think it's terrible what the Hard Rock Hotel is doing in New Orleans right now.
I know, man.
I think it's disgusting. I think it's terrible that they're trying to tear down other buildings as well, just to make their jobs easier for them.
I mean,
I think it's terrible that we got bodies hanging out the side, but also I think it's terrible that they keep talking to the news about people posting pictures and I can't find any pictures.
I mean, I could probably show you one. It's just some legs hanging out of a dumpster that had a tarp thrown over it. Unfortunately, yeah.
I couldn't find any. I want to see it just out of sake of curiosity.
Well, see, I have people.
You have people?
I have people.
Can you hook me up with these people?
I mean, they live in the dungeon in my house. I have people in a dungeon in my house.
Can I see them?
Shouldn't have said that last part. You can see pictures of them.
Can I talk to them?
Over. No.
Like over the phone or something?
No, I was gonna say over the phone, but who knows? Are you a cop?
No.
You have to tell me if you are, otherwise it's entrapment.
You're
That's
right.
the dumbest fucking sentence ever.
And I'm not.
Man,
bro.
Why do you keep talking into that secret microphone hidden under your shirt?
We got him. 10-4, we got him.
Man, that spiked like a motherfucker. There's no way I can leave that in the show. Good Lord.
Bring those levels all the way down.
Man, I'm just gonna put a beat behind that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bassy, and it's gonna be like smooth electronica jazz, which is that's my stripper name, Smooth Electronica Jazz.
Welcome to the stage, Smooth Electronic Jazz.
Electronica
Jazz.
That's right. That means I'm a more expensive hooker.
Melissa's been outside an awful long time.
No, I know. She's looking at coins and shit. You've
listened
to
another
sweet
episode
of
See
No
Hear
No
Speak
No
Pod at gmail.com.
UFOs, conspiracies,
and moitas.
Witch and stuff murders.
Witches and demon semen.
Man,
But really just man semen in a demon.
that's totally what's going to be on your tombstone.
Semen demon, but really just man semen in a demon.
Semen demons is way. That's just makes you sound like a whore. He's a semen demon. I don't know.
I'm gonna get semen demon tattooed on my hip.
Man, and then you got to just go and make it sexy and awkward again.
Yeah, it's super sexy.
Okay, so thanks and
Thanks.
countdown. 3,
2.
1.
Bye. See you later. Get out of here. Get out of here, old guy.
Wait.
Never want to see you again.
I'll come back now, though.
No, don't come back. Get out of here.
Man, James.
Get out of here, you filthy animal.
James is really taking
Ah.
microphone etiquette to a real, just like a
Real low.
No, I was gonna say a new level, but
Oh.
then I was gonna hit stop like this. And a test. This is a test. What test? Yes, it's a test.
I'm testing the mic. Yeah, I'm testing the mic. My name is Mike, and I'm testing the mic.
Mm-hmm. Put your pants back on, Mike.
Don't tell me what to do when my pants aren't on because I'm attracted to you.
Wow. So this is how I find this out, Mike. You could have taken me to Maury. But no.
Do you have a